Today is a lovely day. A perfect day for a walk. But then, the family finds a puddle. The puddle is not very big, but it is not very small, and it is very wet. Daddy Pig thinks he can easily step over the puddle. But the puddle has other plans. When one person laughs, everyone starts laughing. The puddle is actually very fun. When everyone is wet, nobody is wet alone. And that is why this family of pigs loves going for walks. The kite flying contest. The whole family walks out onto a wide open field. A gentle breeze blows, and the sky is clear blue. Dad carefully unfolds the kite, checking the frame and the string. Mom spreads a small mat on the ground, smiling, one hand shading her eyes as she looks up at the sky. The sister holds the kite string spool, her eyes focused, a little nervous. The younger brother hops around excitedly, hugging a kite almost as big as himself. Dad gives the signal.
Hey.
The younger brother runs forward, the kite dragging along the ground. The sister holds the string and slowly lets it out. Dad stands behind her, gently placing a hand on her shoulder, guiding each movement. Mom claps to cheer them on as the wind grows stronger. The kite lifts off the ground, trembling slightly, then drops back down. A sudden strong gust of wind blows. The kite shoots up into the sky. The younger brother runs too fast. The string pulls tight, and the kite drags him along without stopping. His feet slip slightly. He leans back but still refuses to let go of the string. The whole family gasps, then bursts out laughing. Mom runs after him a few steps. Dad reaches out to catch him, but the younger brother keeps getting pulled around in circles like an unwilling athlete. Stability and victory. At last, Dad quickly grabs the string. The sister plants her feet firmly and adjusts the rhythm of letting the string out. The younger brother finally stops, panting, then breaks into a wide grin. The kite gradually stabilizes, flying higher, flying straight. Gently gliding across the clear blue sky, the whole family lifts their heads to look up. Mom folds her arms, her face glowing with joy. Dad nods in satisfaction. The sister holds the string steadily, full of pride. The younger brother plops down on the ground, gazing up at the highest flying kite he has ever seen. The camera tilts up, following the kite. The kite grows smaller against the blue sky. Small boat ride. Early morning. The lake surface is calm, with a thin mist still hovering above the water. The car stops by the shore. Mom, the older sister, and the younger brother step out first, standing close together and posing for photos. All three smile brightly. At the back of the car, Dad opens the trunk, takes out two small boats, and gently places them at the water's edge. Out on the lake, the family splits into two boats. Dad and the younger brother sit in one boat. Mom and the older sister sit in the other. The two boats push off from the shore and drift gently toward the middle of the lake. The sister sits upright, curiously looking around. Mom rows calmly, occasionally turning back to look at the two father and son behind them. A small incident.
Whoa!
The younger brother leans down and plays with the water using his hand. Water splashes, sparkling under the sunlight. The boat begins to tilt slightly. The younger brother panics, flailing his arms. Dad immediately grabs him, pulling him closer to sit safely. On the other boat, Mom notices and turns around. She opens her bag, takes out life jackets, and hands them over to Dad. Then, Mom and the sister put on their life jackets as well. Dad takes out 2 fishing rods from a small box. He gives one to the younger brother. He keeps one for himself. The father and son sit side by side, lowering their lines into the water. The lake reflects their silhouettes, peaceful and still. On the nearby boat, Mom opens a food basket. She takes out snacks and fruit. She hands them to the sister. The two enjoy their food while looking around, relaxed and at ease. A small fish wiggles, making the float on the line bob gently. The younger brother's eyes widen as he grips the rod tightly. Dad places a hand on his shoulder, guiding him gently. The whole family laughs happily, their laughter softly echoing over the still water. Trip to the farm, morning at the farm. The whole family steps out of the car, looking at the lush green fields. The older sister and younger sibling take a deep breath, their eyes shining. Mom hands the seeds to Dad, points to the garden bed.
Let's go.
Dad rolls up his sleeves and nods with determination. The sister and siblings spot the chickens and cows, point excitedly. Dad and Mom. Dad digs a bit too hard. Dirt splashes onto his shirt. Mom neatly sows the seeds, adjusting the vegetable rows. The younger sibling scatters grain for the chickens. The chickens rush over, clucking. The older sister carries a bucket of grass for the cows. The cows lower their heads and eat slowly. The 2 kids laugh with delight. Suddenly, a camel walks over from somewhere. The youngest gets scared and steps back. The youngest turns and runs away, and the animal runs after them. At a corner wall, the youngest has nowhere else to go and stands still, eyes closed. Suddenly, the camel slows down, stops, and eats the handful of grass in the youngest's hand. It turns out it was only following because of the food. The youngest pats its head, and the older brother runs over to play too. Scene change. Mom and Dad stand happily, watching the 2 kids play with the livestock. The kids ride on the camel's back, strolling around the farm. A chicken suddenly flies over, lands on the camel's head, and crows loudly. The siblings burst into laughter. After a while, Mom and Dad return to the vegetable garden. The kids hop down and walk over as well. The whole family works together. Dad carries a basket of vegetables. Mom waters the plants. The older sister closes the chicken coop gate. She neatly places the feed bucket. Everyone looks at each other and nods in satisfaction. The family sits resting under a tree. Chickens peck at grain nearby. Cows chew grass slowly. Dad gives a thumbs up. The whole family smiles happily. Lost in the park. The park is crowded, filled with cheerful chatter and the sound of children running and playing everywhere. Tree shadows stretch across the pathways, while warm golden sunlight filters gently through the leaves. Dad walks in front, holding a park map. Mom walks beside him, carrying a bag of snacks. The sister keeps turning back as she walks, keeping watch. The younger brother trails behind, his eyes fixed on a brightly colored butterfly the moment they get separated.
Whoa.
The butterfly flutters low, then suddenly soars high. The younger brother runs after it, laughing with delight. The butterfly glides past flower bushes and stone benches. The younger brother turns down a small side path. A quick cut. The family walks a few more steps, then stops. The sister turns around. He's gone. She startles, looking around. Mom freezes, worry filling her eyes. Dad spins around quickly. Tension builds. Mom and Dad rush back, scanning every pathway. The sister stands on a stone bench, rising on her toes to look far ahead. The crowd moving back and forth blocks their view. Elsewhere in the park, peaceful and calm, the younger brother sits neatly on a bench, holding a big ice cream, his face smudged with a bit of cream, his legs gently swinging. The younger brother slowly licks his ice cream, gazing up at the sky, watching birds fly by. Completely calm.
Whoa!
The sister arrives first and freezes in surprise. Mom and Dad follow, letting out sighs of relief. Mom bends down and wraps the younger brother in a tight hug. Dad rests his hands on his knees, exhausted but relieved. The sister covers her mouth, giggling softly.